Autocomplete, written by Oscar Madrid. Over black, people chatting, keyboards clicking, gadgets buzzing. A flashing cursor appears. It dances to the organic office beats as the sounds slowly swell. Super, typed and auto-completed. Technology is a useful servant, but a dangerous master. Christian Lewis Lang. Interior, Surge Interactive, bullpen, afternoon. Ian Becker, 23, weaves virtually unnoticed through a maze of modern cubes with pastel-colored sticky notes attached to each of his fingers. He looks like a corporate Edward Scissorhands. He scoots up to a cheerfully decorated cubicle. Lauren Wheaton, 28, pops her head up above the wall, sensing his presence. She has a breezy vibe about her.
They told me I could pitch today.
That's amazing. Do your warm-ups?
Yep. 5 tongue twisters, 5 minutes of Superman poses.
And
a light breakfast.
Good. Less puke that way.
Wish me luck.
You just do you, Ian. You got this.
Interior, Surge Interactive, conference room, moments later. Elaine Connor, a slightly out-of-fashion 44-year-old marketing executive, is at the head of an endless conference table. Flanking her on each side, a handful of her direct reports, all lost in their respective phones and laptops. Jed Locke, a make-you-feel-ugly young upstart, is at the front of the room finishing a presentation.
So it isn't a product issue for sport gear. It's actually a legacy process in need of an optimization with new algorithm. We'll increase their checkouts by 25%. Now let's go win their flipping business.
You know, I can't figure out if it's that Canadian accent that I love or just a bold idea. Either way, I'm on board. Amazing, Jed.
The room applauds lazily. Jed aggressively high-fives an unsuspecting middle-aged executive as he returns to his seat. The executive winces.
All right, my peeps. Great meeting.
Greg Stanley, 55 pushing 65, grabs Elaine's attention.
Elaine, Ian Becker from Digital asked to come in.
Again.
It's on sport gear. I said 2 minutes.
On cue, Ian shuffles into the room. He's overly careful not to dislodge any of the sticky notes from their positions.
Hi, everyone. I'll go quick.
Please do. I need my salad.
Hey, guy, you good? Or do you need a bucket this time?
The room softly chuckles, still glued to their phones.
I'm good.
Ian feels it coming on, a volcano of vomit. He locks his lips and catches the entirety of it. Cheeks inflated, eyes bulging, he takes a giant gulp.
Good. I'm good.
Jen, I'll skip my salad.
So, for this checkout problem, okay, I was thinking we could price match their gear if we detect they've been browsing competitor sites. So we could also feature an athlete product review based on the customer's location.
Greg and a few others are impressed enough to look up from their phones and nod.
Athlete sponsorships, competitor detection. Who's going to fund and build this stuff? Our client?
Well, another idea, it's like a fun little animation with confetti when you add something to your cart. You know, like I was also thinking that...
Leon, thank you. But I'm going to have to stop you right there. Jed just pulled this one together for us, so we're good on our pitch. Thanks.
Oh, no worries.
The room exits around Ian, seemingly frozen in place.
Animated confetti. That's real game-changing stuff, bro. I'm going to have to watch my back.
Interior, Surge Interactive, break room, later. Ian's flicking around some knockoff Skittles on a table while watching a fast-talking tech geek preview. This summer's hottest apps on TV.
Okay, y'all, tech productivity bots are straight fire this summer, yo. Be sure to check out apps like Zook and Nuru that use AI to make everything you do better.
Lauren approaches Ian with a hopeful look.
You're wearing the same shirt. That's a good sign.
Just barely. I bombed again. I mean, like really bombed.
Oh, yeah, but what's that Edison quote? I haven't failed.
I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work.
I got more sticky notes if you need them.
Thanks.
Ironically, a failed idea that eventually turned into something great. Think about that.
It's like I have all the ingredients, but they're for the entirely wrong recipe or something.
Don't be like generic Jed and give them exactly what they expect.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I don't even like ad tech, but I always love your spin on things. Your stuff has heart. It's original.
Why can't you be in charge?
Lawrence smiles.
Keep searching, Ian. You're going to find your way.
Interior Surge Interactive, Ian's cube, later. Ian's hunched over in his chair, thumbing through his Clack app social feed. The walls of his cubicle are dotted with dozens of brightly colored sticky notes full of half-thoughts, numbers, and doodles. A blue Sturge-branded stress ball is nuzzled next to a graduation photo of Ian and his proud parents. Ian's phone as he scrolls. His mom's shaky narrated vertical video of her vegetable garden unknowingly catches her chocolate lab taking a piss on it in the background. His brother's latest post. If you're offended by my white pride, you're part of the problem. Mexican kids are poisoning our drinking water with coronavirus. I bet only my real friends will repost this. An eye-popping ad for a new mobile app called Dynamo. The ad. Boost your career and personal life with your very own productivity partner. We guarantee your next raise in 30 days when you let Dynamo's cutting-edge AI get to know you. Start your free trial today and we'll help you bring your A game. Ian taps on the ad. An endless list of 5-star reviews. Amazing results. I was really impressed with Dynamo. It does everything you need it to do and more. Got a 10% raise as promised. Worked wonders at my job. Give it a try and you'll see results pretty quickly. Made me super productive and got me a big bump. Just be willing to go all in. Definitely worth it. When I saw this app, I knew it was right for my life. Better than a shitty Tony Robbins DVD. Off-screen laughter erupts from the other side of the office. Ian looks up and sees Jed hobnobbing with Elaine. He's prancing around with a Canadian flag draped over his shoulders like a cape. She's laughing and loving it.
That Canuck fuck.
Ian taps download.
Interior laundry room night. Bright stars can be seen from the upper window of a suburb house. Female voice humming. Hands of Matthew's mother fold a pair of white mid-calf socks with a red and a blue stripe on its cuffs. She stands up, picks up a pile of clothes and leaves. Interior, Matthew's room moments later. Matthew's mother walks straight to the wardrobe, still humming the same song. Her hand pulls the slit on the wooden drawer to open it. She then puts the folded socks inside and shuts it. Interior wooden drawer, moments later. Matthew's socks lay quietly, each one folded over its pair. Once the steps fade away, creases on the cuffs of the mid-calf socks open up a little, revealing hidden eyes. Robin and Frankie start stretching, just like the rest of the socks in the drawer. Robin crawls to the slit and stares at the empty room, then turns to Frankie with a smiling crease. Frankie smiles back as Robin crawls back. Once together, they curl against each other. While hugging, Robin notices a single sock in the back of the drawer. It's the only sock that hasn't moved. Robin feels sorry, but its eye creases shut as it hugs Frankie harder. Fade out. Title on screen, the single sock. Interior, Matthew's room, day. Matthew 14 opens the door and picks the white mid-calf socks. Sitting on his bed, he puts the socks on. Interior hallway, moments later. With his backpack on his back, Matthew puts his shoes on, picks up his skateboard and opens the front door. In exterior, house, continuous. Matthew shuts the door and jumps on his skateboard. Exterior, street, moments later. It's a warm, sunny day, and Matthew skates with no rush down a street of what seems to be a small, not too crowded city. Through the creases of each sock, the hidden eye open. The hidden eyes open. Robin and Frankie enjoy the soft wind against them. Exterior, high school, moments later. Matthew enters the school and skates up to a group of friends. Smiling, creases reveal that the different socks are happy to see each other. Exterior, soccer field, afternoon. Matthew runs with the ball between his legs, passing through other players. One player takes the ball away from Matthew, and he trips over, landing on a puddle. Matthew stands up and shakes off his shirt. His socks are filthy, covered in mud. Frankie looks happy, but Robin is disgusted. Frankie looks at Robin with tenderness. Interior, Matthew's room, evening. Matthew enters his room, takes off his socks, leaving them on the floor, and throws himself in the bed.
Matthew!
Matthew sighs and gets up, tiredly. Once the room is empty, Frankie crawls until it gets right next to Robin. Frankie curls up, surrounding Robin. Robin and Frankie lay on the floor, spooning. Interior, Matthew's room, the next day. That's my puppy. I'm so sorry. Interior, Matthew's room, the next day. Matthew's mother enters the room holding a laundry basket. She picks up her son's dirty clothes. She then bends over to pick up Robin and Frankie and throws them in the half-full basket. Interior, laundry room, moments later. Matthew's mother unloads the laundry basket into the washing machine. Interior, wooden drawer, night. Robin awakes and realizes that Frankie is not there. Robin looks worried and crawls to the bottom of the drawer, but there's just the single yellow sock lying unfolded. Theo feels the attention and starts rising. Slowly and timidly, Robin feels pity as it looks at Theo's washed-out fabric. Theo looks down with sorrow. Robin feels terrified and impulsively rushes to the front and jumps out of the drawer. Interior, Matthew's room, continuous. Robin falls all the way down, landing on the floor. Interior, Matthew's room, the next day. Matthew's mother comes in and picks Robin up. She stares at the sock and sighs with weariness, smells it, and, after thinking for a couple of seconds, takes it with her. Interior, laundry room, moments later. Matthew's mother drops Robin into the washing machine. Interior, washing machine, continuous. Robin lands on an empty drum. From there, Robin notices a hole underneath the agitator where the pieces fits right in. Robin manages to get through the narrow space between the drum and the agitator. Interior, dark compartment, continuous. Robin falls into the darkness. Silence. A ventilation grid in the lower front of the washing machine allows the entrance of a dim ray of light, but apart from that, the place is completely dark. Robin starts spotting the shadows of many socks that linger and wander around hopelessly. Robin crawls up to the dim ray of light filled with floating dust particles. Feeling crushed, stands there for a while. Interior, Matthew's room, day, flashback. Scrolling down the screen of his cell phone, Matthew lays in his bed with Robin and Frankie on his feet. His legs are crossed as he rubs one foot against the other. The socks enjoy the round of affection. Exterior, backyard, day. It's a beautiful, sunny day. Robin and Frankie hang on a rope pressed by wooden pins as they air dry together. Interior, dark compartment, back to present. Robin looks devastated. The sock suddenly feels a presence, turns around and spots a shadow. The shadow moves to the light and Robin recognizes the washed-out yellowish fabric. With a sudden determination, Robin looks up at the washing drum, but from down there, it's unreachable. Robin then looks at the metallic grid from where the light comes in and approaches it. The yellow sock gets in the way. It gives Robin a tiny, fluffy ball of yellow thread. Robin takes it and holds it inside a crease. Robin slides its cuff through one of the narrow, sharp holes of the grid. Interior, laundry room, continuous. A white sock starts showing from the ventilation grid in the bottom of the washing machine. When Robin is almost out, one thread gets hooked in a chip of the sharp edge and tears its fabric open just before landing on the floor. Interior wooden drawer the next day. Robin is curled up, shaped as a ball. Theo starts pushing Robin around gently. After a while, Robin unfolds a little and the ball of yellow thread becomes visible. Theo looks shockingly surprised and then stares at Robin with begging eyes. Robin shakes its cuff and shows Theo its torn fabric. Theo insists, like a puppy asking to be taken outside urgently, but Robin shakes its cuff eagerly. Sound of door slamming open.
Come, look.
Robin and Theo turn to the drawer's slit. Socks, POV, looking at Matthew through the slit as he runs to his desk. Interior, Matthew's room, continuous. Matthew's mother enters the room holding a baby. Matthew shows him a puppet he made out of a white sock with a blue and red stripe near the cuff. Matthew puts it in his arm. Frankie has 2 buttons simulating eyes and colorful pipe cleaners as hair. Matthew approaches his mother holding the puppet near the baby face, playfully. Interior wooden drawer continuous. Robin and Theo look shocked. Robin drops itself on the drawer's floor. Theo sits right next to Robin and consoles it. Robin crawls to the drawer's front and stares at the empty room through the slit. Robin sees the puppet laying on top of Matthew's desk. Robin looks thoughtful and, after a few seconds, turns around to see Theo. Theo's eye creases turn up, eyes shining from the deep. Interior dark compartment later. Robin and Theo jump into the void. Theo and its partner meet under the dim light and curl into one another. The rest of the lost socks celebrate the moment. Robin goes to the grid, suggesting they should escape. Robin and the yellow sock start helping Theo get to the other side. The lost socks watch the situation. One of them points at the draining hose that comes out of the upper drum. The lost socks rush to the center of the machine and start piling up in a crazy attempt to reach the drum. Robin and the yellow sock push Theo through the grid. Interior, laundry room, continuous. Bit by bit, Theo comes out of the grid until it lands on the floor. Theo's cuff rises towards the grid, where a portion of its partner's fabric is already showing. Interior dark compartment continuous. Robin pushes the yellow sock, but it gets stuck and doesn't seem to get through any further. Robin keeps pushing it, but with each push, the old fabric tears more and more. Robin goes to the other end of the grid and starts getting through. Interior laundry room continuous. Robin is halfway through the hole and, just before falling, curls around the yellow sock in an attempt to pull it out, but only a broken shred comes out. Robin is not able to hold any longer and falls to the floor. A long, frayed yellow strip hangs visible from the grid. Fade out. Interior Matthew's room, days later. Matthew looks for something in the top drawer of his closet. He grabs a pink t-shirt and then opens the sock drawer and looks inside. Sitting on his bed, the boy puts Robin and Theo. Matthew's feet on the ground, Robin and Theo's eye creases lift as they look at each other, surprised. Exterior street later. Matthew skates down the street wearing Robin and Theo. Robin and Theo enjoy the ride. Matthew skates away into the city. The end. Credits scroll with 2D drawings about a technician opening the washing machine and finding a bunch of socks stuck in the draining hose. Matthew's mother looks surprised. Technician doesn't understand how on earth that happened. Frankie, as a puppet, lays on top of a shelf wearing a scarf made with an old yellow fabric shred.
Trent Needs a Tampon, written by Emmett Jack Lundberg. Interior bathroom, late afternoon. Every suburban parent's bathroom, a freshly washed rug on the floor and potpourri on the counter, cream-coloured and pumpkin-themed. Trent, late 20s, early 30s, trans guy, comes through the open door laughing. He shouts back.
Yeah, I'll be back for pie. Don't cut it without me. I'll just be a minute.
He washes his hands, leans into the mirror, checking his teeth for foodstuffs. He pulls down his pants and sits on the toilet. He grabs his phone and he scrolls peas for a beat. He pulls a wad of tissue from the roll and wipes.
No. Please, no. Not now.
He pulls more tissue from the roll and wipes again.
Shit.
On the toilet, he uses his foot and pulls the cabinet door open. He pulls out his phone and turns on the flashlight, trying to get a better look. He balls a wad of tissue, shoving it into his underwear. He pulls his pants up, washes his hands, and digs through the cabinet. A Thigh Master, an industrial-sized box of Q-tips. He considers it, no, a potpourri refill. He throws it back under the sink. He opens the medicine cabinet, prescriptions, lotion, a razor. He pulls his phone out again and sends a text. A moment later, a knock on the door.
Who is it?
It's me, you plant pooper.
He opens the door a crack.
I was 5.
Sydney, late 20s, pushes in.
So you admit it.
She looks around, sniffs, then...
What's the state of affairs? I don't smell anything, and there's no plants in here. Mom made sure of that.
Trent avoids her eyes.
Do you have a... Can I have a...
Oh, God, Trent, unload, please. Do I have a what?
A tamp?
What?
A cotton mouse? I guess a pad would do.
Whispering like you did in your 3rd grade play. What's got you?
A tampon.
Sydney's eyes go wide.
A Steve Buscemi?
A what?
Coochie Q-tip, period stick, toilet baby?
Stop. Do you have one?
No, sorry. Just finished last week. Praise Jesus! And I use the Diva Cup now. It's so much better than paper products. Have you heard about it? Maybe Annie has one. Let me text her.
Yeah, let's involve more people. Perfect.
In her phone.
You're a dick.
You are.
Her phone pings, she checks.
She's coming.
She has something?
Oh, I don't know, but she's on her way here.
Sydney, you couldn't have asked her first before summoning her to the bathroom.
A rhythmic knock on the door. Sydney swings it open to reveal Annie, mid-20s.
Welcome to our laboratory.
Close the door.
What are you weirdos doing in here?
Trent needs a period piece.
What?
Chewbacca boots.
Trent buries his head in his hands.
Oh, please stop.
It's a Grey's Anatomy mid-season trauma pile-up over here.
She motions towards Trent.
Doesn't the tea stop it?
Sydney shrugs.
Yes, it's been a while since I had it, so I missed a couple of doses and return of Carrie's prom.
Too bad you're not a 17-year-old girl a month after prom.
What?
I'm just saying, it'd be a good thing.
Sydney.
Do you have anything that I can use? Anything?
I'm sorry, Trent. I wish I did. I'm into Diva Cup.
Oh, right. Isn't it amazing?
It changed my life.
Don't you just want to, buy up 100 of them and give them to a women's shelter?
Sid, that's a beautiful idea.
Trent pulls his hands down his face.
I hate to interrupt this do-gooder discussion, but I still need something.
Oh, sorry. What about Simone?
Sure, the bathroom is definitely big enough for more people.
Text her.
Can't you at least ask her if she has a thing first before bringing her into this?
Emotions between the three of them.
Don't worry, she's cool. Now tell me, is it like the red wedding or when Dad checks his blood sugar with the finger stick?
Did you really just put Dad's diabetes and Game of Thrones into the same sentence?
Simone asked if she could bring anything.
Oh, see if she can bring my wine in here.
Trent's jaw is on the floor.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Sydney looks at Trent.
You want anything?
A beat. A soft knock on the door. Trent stands back near the toilet against the wall. Sydney and Annie make way for Simone, 30s, 2 wine glasses in her hands.
So this is where the party went.
No, there's no party in here.
They're cutting the pie. Y'all better get back out there if you want the first slices.
Does it look like I want to be in here?
So why?
Annie whispers into Simone's ear. She looks at Trent.
Oh. I might have something in my purse. Let me go get it.
Simone exits.
Please don't stay in here with me.
It's no problem.
Yeah, no problem at all.
It's weird.
It's fine.
A knock on the door. Sydney swings it open.
That was fast.
Janice, late 60s, Trent's mom, comes in.
What's wrong, sweet potato? Simone said you weren't feeling well. Brought you some pie. Hope it's not a stomach thing. I don't need to be cleaning up after you. Do you think it's a stomach thing?
She shoves 2 slices of pie towards Trent.
Pumpkin or cherry?
Oh, God.
All in unison.
Pumpkin.
Okay. Jeez.
I'm fine, Mom. I just go, please.
She puts the pumpkin pie down on the counter.
What are you girls doing in here? Trent can't use the bathroom on his own now? Sweet potato, I told you men don't hang around in the bathroom together like women. Ask your father.
Mom!
Okay, I'm going.
Simone is back.
Trent, I found this in the bottom of my bag.
She tosses a tampon over Sydney and Annie toward Trent. He catches it one-handed.
The one-hander.
Out, out, out. Thank you, Simone. Everyone out now.
They shuffle out. Trent puts the tampon on the side of the counter and sits down on the closed toilet. He slides the piece of pie over towards him, pulling it onto his lap. He takes a bite. Cut to black.
Words Home Heart by Katie McNeice. Interior home nursery day. The man and baby lay down facing one another. The man gently rubs the baby's head and smiles warmly at the baby's reaction. His breathing rises and falls as he is rubbed.
Musical whispers.
Interior home nursery day. A few months later. The baby laughs as his father bends down and blows raspberries on his tummy. They are mid-nappy exchange.
Craig.
Interior home living room day. The baby sits upright and his father's lap nestles between his legs. The father looks up at him. He giggles, taking his hands away from his face in a game of peekaboo.
I'm back. I'll always come back.
Interior kitchen day. A few months later. The father stoops down toward a high chair, offering the small toddler a spoon of food.
Toast, toast.
Your first word.
Interior kitchen day later. Again, the father stoops toward the high chair, a spoon of food in hand. A damp slap of the baby food shoots upward and hits his face.
Toast.
Your favorite word.
Interior hallway day. A few months later. From his parents' higher point of view, the toddler takes unstable steps up the hallway.
Taking steps.
Interior hallway day later. From the toddler's own point of view, he continues, dragging his father's giant shoes on his feet.
Little convict.
Interior kitchen day. A few months later. The father lifts the toddler, a little older now, to sit on the kitchen countertop. He holds his knee. His eyes are full of tears.
Tears.
Interior kitchen day later. The father bends down to draw a smiley face on a Band-Aid. The boy looks up at him, smiling.
Magic.
Interior kitchen patio door day. The young boy holds his hands and head high against the glass patio door. It lashes rain outside. The water runs down the window.
Sound.
Interior kitchen day later. The patio door is open. A snail inches along the damp ground. The boy reaches down to poke it. It retreats into its shell. He pulls his hand back up.
Curiosity.
Interior kitchen day later. The boy is bent over, clumsily his head stuck into the closed door of the washing machine. It is on a high speed again. He calls out wordlessly, getting louder in time with the machine and laughing heartily.
More sound.
Exterior backyard day. The man emerges from the house to the garden. An older couple, the grandfather and grandmother, arrive with him. The mother and toddler are outside playing. The man leans down to kiss his wife.
My best love.
Exterior backyard day, continuous. The grandfather kneels behind the young toddler. He holds his hand over the boys and opens them. The bird flies up from their hands into the air.
Your best friend.
Interior living room, day, a few years later. The little boy looks down at newborn in his mother's arms. She introduces them. Family gather around them, including the grandparents.
Sister.
Interior kitchen, day, a few years later. The boy sticks a pea up his nose. When his parents aren't looking, he fires it into his sister's dinner. She is disgusted with him.
Missiles.
Interior bedroom night. The man holds both children in his arms, pointing to the pictures of a child's book, entitled Irish Folklore. Both are in pajamas. He turns to the page to the right.
Dragons.
Interior bedroom night, later. The boy lays inside a homemade fort made of sheets. Okay. Interior bedroom night, later. The boys lay inside a homemade fort made of sheets. His hand crosses left over a flashlight he is shining on the roof. He makes shadow puppets with it.
Imagination on fire.
Interior hallway day, a few weeks later. Interior hallway day, a few years later. The boy runs down the hallway and around a corner to the right. His mother needs to jump out of his way. He wears a colorful cardboard box with a string around his shoulders.
Tractors.
Interior living room day. From inside a rolled up rug, the sister's feet are visible. Walking around, she is looking for her brother. The man watches the boy poke his head out of the rug slowly. From the left, laugh and pull it back in.
Turtles.
Exterior backyard day. Older now, the young teenager kicks a Gaelic football high as he can and rises to catch it like a giant.
Wonderful.
Exterior backyard day. The teen teaches his sister to cycle her bike. He leans down and holds the back of the saddle for her.
Wonderful.
Interior bathroom day, a few years later. The teen, older now, styles his hair upward in the bathroom. He has large headphones around his neck. The father watches secretly, smiling.
My wonderful boy.
Interior living room, evening. The teen sits on the ground in front of the TV. The family watch old Irish films. Into the West. The boy cries at the ending, but hides it by holding his head down.
Feelings.
Interior living room day. From the father's point of view, walking right across the room, the teen picks a new guitar on the couch. He scribbles into a notebook and continues to play.
Patience.
Interior kitchen day. The teen shows them a new tattoo, rolling the sleeve of his t-shirt up and leaning right into the kitchen. It reads, Beo Gotapa, Beo Og, live fast, die young. His father winces, waiting for his mother to react. She slaps it with a tea towel and he flees left.
Idiot.
Interior kitchen day, continuous. The teen's parents look up to the ceiling as they hear the bedroom door slam from the upstairs. They shake their heads, laughing at the tattoo situation.
The last word.
Interior kitchen, evening. The teen studies at the kitchen table for his final school exams. His sister shows off a good grade. He hangs his head down in frustration and tosses his pen down.
The biggest thing in the world for a while. Until.
Exterior backyard day, a few years later. The young man, late 20s, stands at the top of an aisle in the family garden, about to get married. Cut to him reaching up to his new husband's face and kissing him.
Your heart.
Exterior backyard day, continuous. The father, older now, sits in the front, wiping tears as they roll down his face.
My pride.
Exterior backyard day, later. The young man, late 20s, and his new husband stand on either side of the young man's grandparents. He leans down to kiss his grandfather on the cheek. His husband leans down to kiss his grandmother.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Exterior graveyard day. The young man and his father are two of 6 men raising a coffin on their shoulders. The young man's husband holds the grandmother upright as she grieves.
But my gentle boy.
Interior bedroom, evening. The young man cries in bed with his husband, cradling him from behind.
We will lose big pieces, big words from our home too.
Interior kitchen, evening, later. The young man approaches the kitchen sink and picks up a tea towel and wet cup. His father is doing the washing up. Both men are still wearing their suits. The sun sets outside the window.
When we do, we won't know what to call them.
End montage. Interior home office day. The man continues to write at his desk.
And that's all right, because it was always worth learning words, always worth loving them.
The man looks up at another quiet noise from below.
I have to go now. You'll be here soon.
Insert. The father holds his son as a newborn, eyes closed. He's standing in the doorway of their home.
You will rise and fall, break my heart many times, my kind boy, my clever boy.
Closer on him.
But do as you will. It is yours.
He folds the letter carefully and leaves the room. Fade out.
داخل غرفة الجلوس الفجر. يجلس فادي وسهام في غرفة الجلوس، كل منهما على أريكة مختلفة. تمثال مريم العذراء لا يزال على الطاولة الجانبية أمام البراويز. بين الأريكتين يرتدي فادي نفس الملابس لكنها متسخة، يبدو عليه التعب والإرهاق. يحدق فادي في السجادة بينما تجلس سهام باستقامة مرتدية نفس ثوب النوم والرداء. فوق رأسها البرواز الكبير الذي يحمل صورة الأب. يخيم الصمت على الغرفة باستثناء صوت ساعة عتيقة. يحاول فادي السعال لكنه يكتمها. يسحب سيفون من بعيد، وبعد لحظات يدخل حازم الغرفة ووجهه خال من التعابير. يمسح يديه ببنطال الجينز ويخطو نحو والدته ويقبل جبهتها. ينظر إلى فادي ببغض في طريقه إلى الخارج، ثم يغلق الباب بعنف. تطفئ سهام سيجارتها بفتور.
ما عمري كنت متخيل انك من هدول.
يطأطئ فادي رأسه.
الله يعين اخوك. شو حيصير فيه لو عرفوا دار حماه انه اخوه؟
ماما والله انا
تجيبش سيرة الله على لسانك. انت لو بتعرف الله بتعمل هيك عمايل؟ ولك حتى الحيوانات بيستحوا يعملوها. يحل ابوك مات قبل ما يشوف هيك شوف.
يبلع فادي ريقه بتوتر.
بدك تروح تشوف دكتور. رجعك زلمة. بلكي أبونا سليم بعرف حدا.
أنا يقترب فادي من الطاولة الجانبية مترددا، ويمد يده خلف التمثال ويسحب البرواز الذي يحمل صورتهما معا. تصطدم يده بالتمثال فيقع ويتهشم. يجفل فادي وتحدق سهام بالتمثال المكسور بعدم تصديق. تمر بضع ثواني وكأنها دهر. يحمل فادي البرواز بين يديه المتعرقتين ويحدق به طويلا. أنا مثل ولد المسطول. ينزل فادي على ركبتيه تاركا حطام التمثال بينهما. تنظر سهام إلى التمثال المشوه.
ما تغير شيء، الساكن ابنك.
يا بتعمل اللي قلت لك عليه يا ما إلك قاعدة بالبيت. انتهينا. وهذا اللي اسمه خالد آخر مرة بتشوفه. إذا هم بيعرفوش يربوا إحنا بنعرف.
تخرج سهام من الغرفة. يبقى فادي مكانه راكعا أمام التمثال المكسور ممسكا بالبرواز. يمسك بطنه متألما. صوت أذان صلاة الفجر مسموع من بعيد.
Be Quiet by Lindiwe, Mueller-Westernhagen. Sports bar. A bottle of Champers is almost finished. Raven checks her watch. She's fuming. Ebony gets off her stool. She leaves cash on the bar counter.
Okay, let's go to the place on the corner.
No, I'm Rosa Parks and my black ass right here.
Raven holds her cell, films beyond Ebony. Ebony steps in front of her cell's camera.
Baby, it's our special day. I don't want any trouble.
Raven gets up, pivots around Ebony. Her cell camera zooms toward a booth.
I'm not causing any trouble. It's the Carren and Connie here that are trouble.
Miss Millie, 60, white, black, box-dyed hair runs from gray roots. Roll up her sleeves up, type. Dressed in doctor scrubs. Dressed as a nurse. A blonde soccer mom type, Poppy, mid-20s, sips her rosé.
You were disturbing us.
That's our table. We had a reservation.
Blah, blah, blah. You people are forever angry at the world.
You people.
Identical twins with ZZ-top beards, Buddy and Dick, 50s, dressed as police, glug large beers and chuckle.
All tables matter.
Ebony tugs Raven's arm.
When they go low, we go high.
Don't you Michelle me right now.
Let it go.
You ain't Anna, I ain't Elsa, and this ain't no fucking Frozen. Do you know what it's like waking up, carrying, living, trying to raise families with all this collective pain? And only because I'm a black woman, society doesn't allow me to fully express it. I'm sick and tired of not having the privilege of rage.
Save your black history lesson.
Miss Millie presses her forefinger vertically to her closed lips in silent position. Raven mimics angrily Miss Millie's finger movement.
Do you think that's gonna silence me?
Miss Millie's finger on her lips, she turns her head to the left to Buddy, then to Dick. Buddy places a medical bag on top of the table. Miss Millie unzips it, pulls out a syringe of blue liquid. Fade to black. The Clever Girl, written by David P. Carren. Scene 1. Exterior town hall, roof, that night. As Monique and Billy leave a stairwell, the girl reacts to the star-filled heavens above.
Was I correct? Is this not amazing?
I must admit, I've never seen anything like this in New Orleans.
'Twas noontide of summer and midtime and night, and stars in their orbits shone pow through the light.
I gaze a while on her cold smile, too cold for me. Did you truly think a star-filled sky and a few lines of Poe would empty my head of all reason and logic?
A man can hope.
And a woman can choose. My mother told me life is about compromise. It's about compromise save when it comes to pride and romance. On the first, I could offer concession if need be.
But not romance?
Which rarely flourishes under forced circumstance.
You're referring to our engagement.
I do not share our family's enthusiasm for derived dynasty and combined fortune.
Or relish the opportunity to marry Waco Jack, a man of violent reputation?
Reason dictates otherwise.
He steps closer to her.
Reason? Not lack of feeling or attraction?
Without reason, we are animals.
Without love, we are not alive.
As he leans down to kiss her, she almost acquiesces. Then she comes to her senses and shoves him away.
In the last year, I've witnessed more love than most people see in a lifetime. The kind displayed in unspeakable misery at the death of a child, husband, wife, or parent. The kind expressed over funeral papyri, graves, and death portraits. I myself experienced that wondrous emotion. In all its poetic glory, I buried it with my own parents, and good riddance to it. I've traversed an ocean of tears, a sea of sadness. No more. Not one more tear. If we're not alive with love, I'd prefer to be living dead.
She walks away and back down the Scene 2, exterior town hall, night. Monique and Billy stand together beneath a carpet of stars.
Considering your present state, climbing up here was foolish.
There is no better place for me to propose.
You're way too bold.
Then you did not mean what you said about falling in love with me.
A desperate ploy to encourage a grievedly injured patient to regain consciousness.
We worked quite well. In due course, I opened my eyes. You treated my wounds and saved my life.
And that is all. Nothing more.
Then why are you here?
Monique is unable to match his gaze. She looks up at the sky.
Those stars, I wanted to see them.
And I wanted to see you in my home, in my arms, with me forever.
He reaches for her, but she pulls away yet again.
I can't. I can't love. Not anymore.
Monique Garcia Bellimer. In the last year, you've witnessed more love than most people see in a lifetime. The kind displayed in the unlaterable devotion of child, husband, wife, or parent. The kind of expressed through joy, pain, loss, of celebration. What is life without it? What is life without me?
She smiles through her tears.
I don't know what to say.
It's about time.
He takes her in his arms and they kiss under the stars. Dissolve to exterior. Soledad, spring, dawn. Monique and Billy stand together, arm in arm, while the sun rises over the clear blue waters of the spring.
There was once a clever girl, too clever to believe in love. Then she went on a long and dangerous journey, which ended on the day she held her baby daughter in her arms for the first time. On that day, she believed in nothing else.
Fade out, the end.
Things Kept Hidden by Christopher J. O'Brien. Exterior. Livery stable, night. Deacon and Sam charge out on their horses. Behind them, the stable burns bright. Exterior desert, night. Sam catches up to Deacon, wide-eyed and scared.
You know it. It knows you. How?
Deacon slows. Sam rides in front of him, angry.
Kraus.
That was Kraus?
No.
Then what? You speak in riddles. What was it?
I tried to spare you, but now it's too late.
No more secrets. No more lies.
No secrets? Your bandages?
Stop. My bandages. My secret. My lie. Fine. Yes, a lie. One with no bearing on you, though. None. Yours does to me.
Deacon looks back at the fire in the distance.
You've been raised on Christian lies, Sam, your whole life. God created the world and...
A demon? A demon is what I saw?
God said, "Let there be light." Why is it no one ever asked, what was there in the dark before it?
Sam's eyes are huge, scared.
That's what Kraus deals in. His faith is darkness.
How did that creature know you?
Back when it lived, I was the one to kill it.
Sam trembles, rattled and scared.
Now he wishes to return the favor.
Exterior, Chet's estate, night. No lights are on in the house as Sam and Deacon pop open the gate. It takes them a moment to realize.
The cattle?
The cattle don't move. Sam practically gags at the smell.
Slaughtered.
Why? Why would they?
Blood. They need blood.
Sam, horrified, scans the field, sickened.
This much?
Deacon's fists tighten on the horse's reins.
Eve isn't in the house, is she?
Not likely, but I have to check.
Deacon rides forward. Sam rides up with him.
You mean we do?
Deacon sees Sam's fiercely determined look, despite the fear.
You're a Pinkerton after all.
Damn right.
Interior, main hall, Chet's house, night. Deacon holds a torch, kicks the door in. He enters, Sam right behind him.
Mrs. Eve.
Deacon makes his way down the hall.
Deacon. The dark?
Deacon gazes back, acknowledges the danger.
It's the only way up.
Sam nods, follows. Exterior, Chet's house, night. The guards lift up from behind dead cows. Others slip out from under the house, all with guns and rifles. Interior, master bedroom, Chet's house, night. Deacon kicks the door in, waves the torch, empty. Interior, upstairs hall, Chet's house, night. Deacon holds the torch. Sam's eyes are wide, stares into the dark.
Deacon.
Sam goes pale, twists, looks.
How is it possible? We left him.
I smell fear.
Sam's face gets tight.
Pure, luscious fear.
I'm not afraid of you, demon.
Ren's laughter leaks from the dark. Sam's fear rises. Deacon pauses, hears something.
Show yourself.
Sam surprised at Deacon's tone. Despite Ren's laughter, he hears them.
Damn it!
Deacon runs forward.
Hurry!
Interior, nursery, Chet's house, night. Deacon charges in, waves the torch over the cradle, empty. He tosses the torch to the corner. Fire spreads up the wall. Sam enters, confused, scared.
When you shoot,
Deacon pulls both guns.
do it to kill.
Sam sees Deacon, turns and pulls his trigger. Sam drops. He kills 2 guards at the door behind Sam. Deacon kicks the clasp for a blind. It flings up. Sam sees outside.
No.
Exterior, Chet's house, night. The guards are positioned outside, rifles aimed. They shoot. Interior, nursery, Chet's house, night. Bullets crash into the room. Deacon shoots, empties his rounds, reloads quickly. Only one window remains unbroken. Sam fires a few shots, scared. Sees Deacon twist. Shoots a guard as he comes in the door.
What do we do?
When you're empty, don't reload. Take one of theirs. It's quicker.
Sam's horrified, turns to Deacon, sees Ren right behind him with a knife.
Deacon!
Sam shoots, hits Ren, knocks him back into the dark. Deacon turns, surprised. Flames shoot up the wall, illuminating Ren. Huddled down, but picks himself up. Dislikes the firelight. Deacon finds Sam's eyes.
Thank you.
Sam nods.
I guess we're even. You can arrest me now.
Sam's taken back, flashes anger, then sees Deacon smile. He pulls his silver blade and lunges at Ren. Ren tries to fight, but Deacon kills him. Ren screams. The sound comes out from everywhere. Sam cringes. Deacon pauses, realizes what's needed.
I'll draw their fire. Get downstairs. I'll need you there.
I don't understand.
It's the only way! Downstairs!
Deacon races past him. Sam crashes out the window. Exterior, midair, night. Glass flies. Deacon shoots, determined. Interior, upstairs hall, Chet's house, continuous. Sam moves, tries to be quick, delayed by fear. A guard appears in the dark. Bang! Sam drops him. He falls back, still alive, gasps for breath. Blood drips from his mouth, unable to speak. Sam can't believe it. Shaken, disturbed, rattled.
I didn't set out to be a killer. I didn't.
Tears form, but they don't fall.
Apart by Hunter Davis. Interior, Gloria's apartment, living room, early afternoon. Gloria sits on a chair in her living room facing the snake. She just stares at it, now in a daze. In the background, the TV broadcasts a report about the stock market crashing. There's a knock on the front door.
Hey, Gloria, brought the police with me. Time to stash the grass.
Gloria stands up. She looks at the time, 1:30 p.m. Many hours have passed since she first discovered the break-in. She puts on her masks and opens the door. She stands several feet back.
Officers, come on in.
The officers, now with masks on, enter but stay in the entryway. They don't go any further. Bob stands in the doorway.
If you need me, I'll be in the management office.
Bob heads down the hall toward the elevator. The officers scan the apartment from the doorway.
So, dead snake, huh?
Officer Lewis looks at the snake from the entryway.
Yeah, rattlesnake. And they left a note, too.
Gloria walks over to the note by the snake.
Vos affrat. It's Latin. I looked it up. Means away with you.
That's a bit strange.
Did you want to write that down?
Officer Smith scans the area by the entertainment center.
Was anything taken? Any valuable items, maybe money, drugs?
No, I wish there was. Then maybe this would make a little more sense.
Lewis inspects the front door.
Any signs of forced entry?
No, I locked everything last night.
Were all the doors locked this morning?
Gloria knows her answer won't sound good.
No. The balcony door was unlocked, but I know I locked it last night.
The officers look at each other, skeptical.
Look, there's been someone stalking me ever since I moved in here.
Is there anyone you might suspect is angry with you or holds a grudge? Maybe a former ex?
No. My last relationship was years ago, and we're on good terms.
Gloria coughs.
I think this might be a past tenant, or maybe a current tenant. I don't know, but I think this is all related to Jane Perry case.
The officers just stand there, confused.
Jane Perry, missing persons case from 7 years ago. She lived in the same apartment.
A beat passes.
Where?
We'll look into it.
Gloria is disappointed.
Aren't you going to take Prince?
I don't think that'll be necessary.
What do you mean? I haven't touched anything. The crime scene is pristine. The snake and a note probably have fingerprints on them.
It's okay. We can take a pic from here.
Smith takes a cell pic of the snake from the entryway. They're hesitant to go in any deeper into the apartment.
Did Bob tell you I have COVID?
They don't say anything, but it's obvious he did.
I see.
She goes to the hand sanitizer tub.
My place is spotless. I sanitize everything.
She pumps some sanitizer gel into her hands from the tub.
I'm wearing a face mask. Here, I'll put some on gloves, see?
Gloria puts plastic gloves over her hands.
Ma'am, you are aware we're currently dealing with a pandemic.
He motions to the TV. CNN broadcasts a feature focused on the COVID cases skyrocketing in New York City.
So what are you going to do with the evidence?
Look, if you want to put everything in a bag for us, we'll take it downtown for further examination.
Gloria shakes her head. She walks to her kitchen and pulls out a fresh garbage bag.
Unbelievable.
Gloria goes back into the living room with the garbage bag.
Someone was probably just trying to scare you. A bad prank. If you want some good news, crime is way down right now. People aren't committing serious crimes during this crisis.
Gloria winces while picking up the severed snake body. She puts all 3 snake pieces into the garbage bag. She takes one last look at the note and tosses it into the bag.
Just as a precaution, is there anywhere else you might be able to stay tonight? At least until the locks are changed?
I'm working on it.
Officer Smith nods. Gloria twists the garbage bag around, ties it off, and presents it to the officers.
Here, evidence.
Officer Smith handles the bag like it was filled with radioactive material.
I've been trying to reach Detective Carson about this, but he's not returning my calls. If you see him, will you please tell him to call me?
Will do. And if any more incidents happen, you let us know, okay?
Gloria nods, defeated.
Have a good day now. Be safe.
I'll try.
Gloria slams the door shut. Interior, first level hallway, continuous. The officers walk down the hall toward the elevator. Officer Smith carries the garbage bag like there's a landmine inside.
I don't want this thing anywhere near our patrol car.
It's probably contaminated.
Officer Smith motions to the garbage chute.
I don't know, Jack.
I have an elderly mother with respiratory problems. What about your sister?
She has underlying conditions.
Officer Smith nods. Lewis nods back. They silently agree. Officer Smith walks a little further up the hallway to the trash room. He ducks inside. He opens the trash chute and drops the garbage bag of evidence down the chute. He walks back out into the hallway with no bag.
Can't take any chances.
Lewis nods. They step into the elevator. Not cut by Near Shelter. Exterior, dark street, third stash house night. Daniel jumps out of the station wagon with his backpack, and Mo opens his side door.
Really?
Mo holds his stare.
Fine, you can come with me.
Daniel limps to the rear and pulls out Mo's wheelchair.
After this house, there's one more pickup to go, so from now on, you stay quiet.
Mo understands.
In, out, no hassles, okay?
Yeah.
Daniel helps Mo into the wheelchair and wheels him up the driveway. Exterior, third stash house. Front door, night. Daniel knocks. Mo straightens his yarmulke, strokes his thick beard, and a man with clean-shaven head opens up. Lightning bolt and swastika tattoos all over. Thrash metal blares out from inside as they all stand shocked, looking at each other.
Oy vey.
The skinhead sighs, turns to someone in the house, and...
It's a kike in a wheelchair.
Double take it, Daniel.
And a cheek with a busted leg. 1 minute.
The skinhead opens the door wide and jerks his head inside. Daniel and Mo steal a glance at each other, move deeper into the house, and... living room. They cautiously step into a crowded room. Confederate flags adorn one wall and shells with Nazi memorabilia line another. Caucasian men and women covered in tats hover around, drinking. The white supremacists hone in on Daniel and Mo. In the middle of it all sits Damon, 35, their leader. He takes one look at the duo and...
Damn.
he laughs.
We're here for the pickup.
We?
Yeah.
Damon
You
nods at a female skinhead, and she heads to a back room.
You a team?
Something like that.
Shouldn't he retire by now?
Damon smiles and gets close. Daniel, ringed by a shirking circle of gang members, can't move.
What happened to your face?
Just an accident.
A couple of roided up skinheads sandwich Daniel on either side, gloating over beer cans.
It's cool. We're cool.
How did you two team up?
We're just here to do business, that's all. Please.
Daniel and Mo steal a worried glance. Then, finally, the package arrives. The skinhead shoves it at Daniel, but he's too scared to move until...
Come on.
Daniel snaps out of it and slides the backpack off his shoulder. He zips it open and shows the inside to Damon.
Yeah, go on.
Daniel pulls out the scales and weighs the package. The arrow lands and he nods. He quickly places it in his backpack and pulls out cash. The skinhead snatches it off him and counts. Daniel glimpses the Aryan nation's glaring eyes, waits for her to finish as she looks at Damon and...
We're good.
As soon as the money is secure, a nod from Damon makes the gang members grab Daniel and Mo.
No, come on.
They pat them down.
I agreed to deal with you. No one said anything about a dirty Jew.
They find Mo's diamond.
That coke?
It's junk.
Why is it in his pocket?
He's senile. Look at him. He doesn't know where he is.
Mo glimpses Daniel.
Ah, we at Disneyland yet?
Damon smirks. They hand him the diamond. He looks at it closely. There's more to this rock. He sniffs it.
Smells weird.
And licks it. Daniel and Mo steal an awkward glance at each other.
Not coke.
A frozen beat passes.
Please. We don't want any trouble.
Damon pulls his gun, side-handed like in the movies.
How about I keep it anyway?
Daniel cowers. His shaking hands rise and...
You're an hour late. You show up with a shiner, a busted leg, and a kike? How come?
The anxiety in Daniel simmers away.
What's going on, chop suey?
Daniel too frightened to speak until...
Fuck you!
Damon drops his gun and flicks his eyes around at his gang, stunned, confused, maybe even angry. Silence. No one knows what to do until Mo looks up at Daniel.
Fuck you.
Daniel, scared shitless, stares back at Mo. He turns to the buffed up skinhead on his right and...
Fuck you, too.
The beefcake on his left.
And fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, too.
Beefcake smiles.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Rapid fire ping pong. The fuck yous fly back and forth.
Fuck you.
Beefcake laughs.
This senile motherfucker's funny.
Mo, smiling, turns to the gang members one by one.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and especially fuck you.
At once, they all burst out laughing. Damon steps back and Daniel pushes the wheelchair through. The gang members parting like the Red Sea for Mo as more of them shout out,
Hey, fuck you!
Fuck you too.
Fuck yous get thrown from all corners of the house as Daniel and Mo make it outside and they slam the front door shut.
Slips by Richard Martin and Josh Calvert. Interior club, dance floor. Guy and Kate dance. A bit awkward at first, but they soon lose themselves to the hypnotic music, the kaleidoscope of colors, the fumes of their pheromones. Kate backs into Guy, grinding on him. Pure footage, gyrating along to the song, over and over and over. Oh shit. Guy accidentally comes in his pants.
I'm so sorry. I don't know how that happened.
Come on, let's get you cleaned up.
Kate stands in front of Guy so no one can see the wet stain on his crotch. Leads him to the men's bathroom.
Thanks. Sorry again. It'll just be a second.
Yeah, we established that already.
He winks at him as he heads into the men's bathroom. Guy grabs a paper towel, wets it. He's about to clean his crotch when some drunk cowboys spill in. Embarrassed, Guy slips into a stall to hide, locks it. Tries to clean himself but can't get a good angle in this tiny space. Props his foot on the toilet seat, straightens his leg, rubs harder.
Come on!
Foot slips, falls in the toilet bowl with a splash, capping off just how pathetic he feels right now. Interior, tumbleweed club, later. Guy exits the men's bathroom, his one wet shoe squishing with every step as he searches for Kate, but no sign of her. He checks Zoe's booth, finds her bill signed, they left. Exterior, tumbleweed club, night. Guy exits, spots Kate with Zoe just as the valet pulls up with their car.
Hey, wait!
Kate opens the door, turns to see Guy approaching.
So, up until that point, we were both enjoying ourselves. Maybe I could see you again?
Yeah, tonight was great. Seriously, totally what I needed. But I don't know. I wasn't down for much more, you know? I just wanted to let loose for a night and thank you for letting loose with me.
She's about to get into the car. He grabs Kate's arm.
Things were going great in there.
Ow, stop. What the fuck, man?
Guy's stunned by his own actions. He lets go immediately.
Sorry. I just, I don't.
Kate hops into the car, locks the door, stares at Guy. Sad this moment just ruined her entire night. They drive off. And just like that, Guy lost his one shot with Kate. Interior, exterior, Guy's outback, snowy highway, night. Guy drives through the snowfall in trance, still processing everything that just unfolded. Can't believe he grabbed Kate. He pulls over to the shoulder. Car idles as he watches the snow in his headlights. Tries to stay calm and collected. Doesn't work. Guy starts to hyperventilate, freaking out.
Out of sight, out of mind, out of sight, out of mind, out of sight, out of mind.
As he's about to explode from anxiety, Guy slaps his head.
Stupid.
Slaps get harder and faster.
You stupid fucking wimp!
Off Guy, repeatedly slapping some sense into himself. Interior, RV in the woods, night. Bam, bam, bam. Vicky wipes the sleep from her eyes. Bam, bam, bam. She jumps, startled, grabs the gun from her drawer. Not her first unwanted gentleman caller. Vicky, hey Vicky, it's me, Guy. Phew, she lets out a breath she didn't know she was holding, puts the gun down, unlocks the door as he barges in.
Jesus, you should have called. I was about to hang your head on my wall.
Vicky grabs a blanket, wraps him in it, holds him close.
You're shaking.
I fucked up, Vic. I ruined everything. I'm so fucking stupid.
Shh. It's okay. It's okay, babe. It's gonna be okay.
I hate it. Me, this, all of it. The watching, the wanting. It's like I'm not me. I'm just a pathetic conduit for the sickness.
He tries to smack his head. She grabs his hand, stops him.
Don't do that anymore.
I don't want to be like this. I never did. I never asked for this.
Vicky gently rests him on her sofa, sits next to him.
It's not you. This isn't you. I know the real you. You, this isn't it.
The look on her face. It's over. That was it. My one and only shot to be with her. To be free of this.
Shit. She realized tonight was the night he was meeting Kate. Vicky gives him a kiss on the cheek, retreats to the rear of the RV, throws the pocket door closed behind her.
Hey, can you help me real quick?
Guy stands, lumbers into Vicky's bedroom, surprised to find Vicky dressed as Kate in lingerie.
Seems you got a second chance.
Her presence visibly changes Guy. He's calm, relaxed. The Hulk is back to being Bruce Banner.
You always know just what I need.
Vicky lies in her bed, bites her lip, pure seduction.
Look at you. Just perfect.
Guy undresses, joins her in bed, they have sex. It's intimate, passionate. Two broken people who can only make each other feel whole. Guy holds her tight against him. His hand rises, holds her throat, squeezes the moan out of her. Then behind her, he watches the reflection in her mirror. Guy keeps his eyes on the mirror, needing the voyeurism almost as much as the sex itself. But this time, it's taking longer for him to climax. He speeds up, squeezes her neck harder, never taking his eyes off the mirror, staring at himself and the back of her head. Guy's pissed at himself. He premature ejaculated the club, and now he can't come at all? He grabs her tighter, holds her closer, fucks her faster. Vicky leaves a muffled squeal of delight. Guy climaxes. They collapse into a sweaty pool on her bed. Guy's panting, trying to catch his breath.
Wow. Sorry that took so long. I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. It wasn't you. You're beautiful.
Guy sits up, but she doesn't. Continues her silent treatment.
Vicky? Hey, Vic. Come on.
He nudges her. She rolls over. You see she's not blinking, not breathing, not anything. Guy accidentally strangled Vicky.
No, no, no!
He tumbles off the bed, smashes into the mirror, falls onto the floor. Guy slowly rises, still in shock, sees multiple images of her dead body reflected in the now cracked mirror. He faces her real body again, stares at her vacant eyes, at her face forever frozen with one pained look, heartbroken. It looks like Guy will cry. No, he shakes his head. He fights it back. He won't let himself cry. Men don't cry. The men do retch. He throws up. And again, Guy scans the room, tries to process what the fuck to do. Interior Guy's apartment day. Handheld footage via Guy's cell phone as he walks through his living room, decorated for Christmas. We approach the Christmas tree to find Vicky, dressed as Kate in a flannel onesie, sitting by the gifts.
Stop. I didn't put my face on yet.
I think you look great.
She playfully sticks her tongue out at us.
I'm glad you can make it. No one should be alone on Christmas.
Is that a country song? Because that sounds like a country song.
His hand pops into frame, grabs a gift, tosses it to her.
Here, you better hurry. I just realized I forgot the air hole, so if you wait too long...
Oh, shut up.
He shakes the present, hears something rattling inside.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Unwraps the gift, opens the box, reveals a set of keys.
Come on, let me show you.
Camera hits the apartment's lone window, struggles with the blinds, finally pulls them open. Vicky leans in the frame, sees a new RV with a giant red bow in the parking lot. She looks back at camera.
You can't afford that.
I don't think you grasp how much you help me. It's like I'm self-medicating. So let's consider this gift an investment towards my mental well-being. Vic, you're just what the doctor ordered.
Vicky jumps at the phone, knocks it out of his hands. It skitters across the floor. It stops, gives us a candid view of Vicky kissing Guy.
So, what did you get me?
You just said it. You get me.
I wonder how much store credit I'd get for returning you.
She sets him up with more kisses under the Christmas tree. Pause. Tear Guy's Outback later that night. Guy stares at the paused image of Vicky kissing Guy on his phone. A lone tear splashes on screen, obscures the image. He wipes it off, then pockets his phone. He looks up, sees the already burning in a fury inferno. The flames of Vicky's funeral pyre reflect in his eyes. Guy starts the car, can't stand to be here another minute, but stops. Sees the Kate wig/outfit on his passenger seat. Guy grabs them, hugs them as if he's hugging Vicky, and he never wants to let her go.
Immortal by Natalie Metzger and Robert Allaire. Exterior courtyard, night. The courtyard is dark, save for a handful of dim lights. Anna steps out of the lab and sets out for her cabin. After walking partway across the courtyard, she notices a figure, barely discernible in the distance.
Ryan?
No response. She squints. It's John. He's staring directly at her, unmoving. Anna smiles and waves. John doesn't respond, just stares. Anna tries to not to let her unease show and hustle away. She looks back to see if he's following her, but he's rooted to the same spot, still watching her. Exterior bayou, day. The ruthless sun shines down with its oppressive heat on a gator gliding through the water. Its mouth is slightly open above water. Inside are a few baby gators. It's a simple act of a mother carrying her young. The gator passes by a flock of birds that cry out and take flight. They fly over Ryan and John working in the vegetable garden. They are harvesting spinach into a couple of large tubs. Ryan sees Anna and waves. Anna, on her way into the lab, smiles and waves back. She notices John and her smile fades. Interior GGM lab, day. Anna coos at the rats as she finishes taking notes. She goes over to the gene sequencer. It hums as a complex array of graphs and charts slowly change on its monitor. On the monitor, a DNA sequence is being written out, TTAGGG. It repeats over and over. It will be going for a while. Exterior bayou, night. The big house looms large over the complex. The courtyard is dark and quiet, except for the cicadas. Under the moss canopy, the water is black like oil. Interior GGM lab, day. Anna picks up a rat, Saki. It's written on a note on its cage.
Okay, Saki, let's try the maze again.
Name the specimens.
Anna smiles as she puts Saki into the maze.
Emotionally bonding with other species is part of being a higher order primate.
Warren raises an eyebrow. Anna starts the timer.
This is specimen 013.
Saki moves slowly, but seemingly with purpose.
Well, would you look at that?
Instead of crossing the barrier, I found the gene that sequences the serum's protein and embedded it directly into the brain cells.
Warren looks at her as if she struck gold. She shrugs.
If you can't deliver the meal, send the recipe.
Warren watches the rat progress, dumbstruck. Saki reaches the food. Anna stops the timer and checks it.
Not great, but he's improving.
Don't sell yourself short. This is remarkable progress. I knew you're the right man for the job.
He claps her on the shoulder jovially. She is hesitant.
It's promising, but let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Nonsense. This calls for celebration.
Exterior big house, day. Warren fidgets with a complex lock on a cellar door.
Do you have problems with security?
What? No, the wall protects us.
The lock clicks.
Once the world finds out what we're doing here, everyone will want to get their hands on it.
The door creaks as he pulls it open. Interior bunker, day. Lights inside flicker on to reveal clean concrete steps. Warren starts down them. Anna, unsure, follows behind him. She hears Warren rummaging.
This should work.
Warren holds out a small hunting rifle as she walks up. Behind him is a massive arsenal. Hanging on the walls are pistols, shotguns, assault rifles. There's even a .50 caliber machine gun, a machete, and a crossbow. It's organized to perfection like a hardware commercial. Anna shrinks back from the weapon. Warren doesn't notice.
I can teach you how to use it.
Anna takes it, but is unsure how to hold it. Warren starts prepping his own rifle, gathering ammo, etc.
Good hunting around here. Might even catch a gator. Bo caught one last week.
Exterior hunting boat, day. A shallow hunting boat roars across the surface of the bayou, cutting a path through the tall grass. Warren looks exuberant as he drives. They are both in full swamp gear, camo, waterproof pants. The bayou seems endless as it rushes past Anna. She shouts over the engine noise.
How far is the nearest town?
Few hours north. Don't worry. We won't run into anyone out here.
Exterior swamp, day. Warren leads Anna through ankle-deep swamp water. He looks up to admire the tall trees surrounding them.
It's beautiful, isn't it? There's so few untouched spaces like this left.
Anna looks around. The air is quiet, except for the birds chirping and the water moving around their feet. He's right.
I've never been to a place like this.
These wetlands have been here for 10,000 years. Our family has helped take care of this land for centuries. It'll be gone in a couple hundred, with people encroaching on the river, cutting off flow to the marshlands. The earth is warming and places like this are drying up.
I wouldn't have taken you for such an environmentalist.
Warren grins a drink from his canteen.
You've impressed me. You need to make great strides here, but you solved the initial problem faster than I thought possible.
It's only a preliminary result. We need to collect more data and assess any potential side effects. Then we can publish and test on pigs and see how it interacts with something closer to the human immune system.
Warren nods thoughtful.
Stop aging in rats is an accomplishment worthy of a high honor, maybe even a Nobel Prize. But to stop aging in humans,
Well, that's the goal, right?
yes, but if we go public too soon,
We can work faster if we partner with other labs and crowdsource solutions.
you really want to give your accomplishments back to those that didn't take you seriously before? Someone like David Connor can stand on your shoulders and call themselves tall.
He leans toward her, an urgency in his voice.
If we're not careful, we could lose control of this.
Anna thinks on this. She looks around the swamp.
If we're successful, the things you worried about, people choking off the wetlands, invading untouched places, it'll only get worse. We should be honest about what the impact of people living longer might be.
All the more reason not to let our researchers go wrong.
Anna cocks her head at him, unsure what he means.
Imagine what mankind might have achieved if we still had Einstein or Tesla. Think of the great minds we'll lose in the next century. Inventors, scientists, people like us. We have to save them.
Everyone deserves to have the choice if we can give it to them. You wouldn't withhold a cure from cancer from the public if it existed.
Warren looks out across the landscape and nods.
Let's start the pigs now. Then we can publish about both together.
Anna isn't sure what to say.
Bring your wife out here. It's a wonderful place to raise a family.
He smiles and leans into her.
Dedicate your life to this with me, and history will forever remember you as the woman who cured death.
Warren looks off into the distance. He spotted something.
We can discuss who gets access later.
A deer is far off in the trees. He raises his gun, aims, bang. The gunshot shatters the tranquility of the swamp. Call out by near shelter. Jess and Ari, carrying the baby, run around a corner into exterior dark alley day. An alleyway steeped in shadows, the man on the street behind them speeds past. Their breath a sigh of relief, spin around and see 5 men in a makeshift chop shop. One on a milk crate, one slides out from under a car, and others stand watching.
Okay, we're all fine.
Milk crate guy gets up, grasping a wrench. The others approach Jess and Ari, glaring at their uniforms.
Hey, we're cool, okay? Stay back.
A semicircle closes in on them.
Stay back.
She checks for an exit. The alley's far end, the street. The guys keep closing in, and out comes the Beretta.
I said stay back.
She struggles to control her shivering hands. They all stop as she madly swings the gun.
No, please don't.
Just stay back.
Put the gun away, Jess, please.
Corporal.
Ari immediately falls silent. Jess backs them up out of the alley. The men slowly move to follow them, speeding onto exterior Long Street Day. The main street again, Jess and Ari bolt as fast as they can, clear a corner, jump into another back alley, and see exterior back alley Day. A woman in a hijab watching. She digs into her purse, pulls out a mobile, just sprints.
No.
Jess, arm stretch, lunges. They struggle for the mobile. Ari runs up and shows her the baby. Her anger melts away and the mobile disappears. The woman points at a narrow passage. They nod and dash into exterior, narrow passage, Day. A shady, tight walkway. They duck behind a corner and sit, pouring sweat. Heavy breathing, eyes pried open and glued to the street. They scan, but the baby stirs, and Jess shoots Ari a stare, nodding at the baby's shut her up. Ari cuddles the baby close, stroking her back, struggling to control her with trembling hands. A staccato of men's footsteps creeps up. Jess spins around to Ari, signals quiet, and Ari, freaking out, tries harder as the woman directs the men away. The men speed past and they're safe. Ari, hyperventilating again, leans back and the baby falls asleep as Jess moves to stand, but...
Wait, just a minute.
What?
I'm like freaking out here.
With an icy cold blade of impatience.
Unass, now.
Oh God, just a minute, please.
We've got to get that soldier to forward surgical in 10 minutes. Golden hour.
Ari can't hide the Midwestern in her for much longer and.
You delayed getting Maxwell off the ground, not me.
Would have been much faster if I'd had help.
I don't have the experience you've got.
Welcome to combat.
I ain't no badass G.I. Jane, okay?
And you're not in junior high anymore either.
Put the Cain and Abel bullshit aside, please. I ain't equipped for this yet.
Want to play with the big people? Better step up.
Part of this is staying alive. And I now realize it's God's simple truth that might not happen. No more of your stunts, please.
I didn't know that helping others is such an inconvenience for you.
Never you mind, but I'm here to do exactly our job. Get out, and that's that, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is using the service to claw your way out of a trailer park not shaping up to what you hoped for?
Hit deep in the heart. Ari drops her eyes. Once again, a scoff from Jess ends the conversation. She jumps up and speeds off. Ari labors herself to her feet and tries to keep up. They creep down to the end of the narrow passage into exterior small street day. A small dead-end street. Jess scans a building up and down. 2 stories, external stairs, and not a utility pole in sight.
Okay, good. Up you go.
Ari heads for the staircase, but Jess doesn't follow. Ari snaps to a halt and turns, fearing that another Jess stunt lurks on the horizon.
You coming?
This place is crawling.
You never mind that now.
If I pop a smoke bomb, they'll find us before the Black Hawk arrives.
So what then?
Jess talks into her walkie.
Bobcat flight from Bobcat 1.
Go Bobcat 1.
Change of plans, old man. Head for the signal, but take a sharp turn 200 meters east for pickup.
Copy that.
Wait.
What?
I can't.
Can't what?
Ari breathes in the confidence she needs and...
You know, we shouldn't split up is all.
I'll run back once I've popped the greens.
With a shaky voice.
I gotta say, you doing this on purpose? Is it me?
Not now.
You never want to talk about us.
Time and place, Ariel.
Afraid I'll blow your cover? Hiding your accent so well, no one will ever guess you're from Missouri.
Not everything is about you. Shocking, I know. Now go on.
I get you.
Really?
Always top dog, proving something. Well, good for you.
You my therapist now?
This here's dangerous.
I've got to draw the heat away.
Always the hero, right?
Oh, you do get me.
Jess throws her a sly grin, spins around, and paces back down the narrow passage.